All right, this is a Yerf dog go-kart with a Tecumseh Power Sport 6.5 horsepower engine on it. And right now my issue with this go-kart is you start it and it starts easy, starts first pull, but you start it and it takes off right away forward. Almost to the point where I'm chasing after it. So a couple different things that could be wrong here that I looked into. The first thing I checked was the clutch. I made sure the clutch was moving freely. I oiled it. Sometimes that can cause an issue. Another thing I did was I checked to make sure everything was free. Oops, I'm sorry. Make sure that your throttle lever is free. Make sure that your governor, this is the governor lever, make sure this is moving freely. And the other thing you can check is on the bottom of the float bowl, there's a bolt. On these older Tecumseh engines, that's where the jets are. So you could clean out the jets, make sure it's not running too lean. But most likely if it was running lean, it would just be bogging down and it wouldn't be taking off on you like that. Another thing you can check is the idle adjustment screw. And this is actually the problem on mine. You can see here I have a different Tecumseh carburetor. So this little, I believe they call this the butterfly lever. You can see it controls the throttle, in other words, the air to fuel mixture inside the engine. So you can see that this one has a little tab on it. And so here is your idle adjustment screw. So the further you screw that screw in, the lower the engine is gonna idle. The more you take it out, the higher the engine is gonna idle. And the way that works is because of this little tab on here, on the back of this butterfly lever. It has a stop on it. That little tab that's bent down, that's the stop. And so it's gonna idle wherever this is gonna stop. So you're gonna start the engine and it's gonna go like this against the screw while it's running. It's gonna kind of move like this, bum, 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 bum. And then you can adjust the idle. So if I screw it further in, it's gonna take a little bit of that idle or that RPM away. And if I take it out, it's gonna allow this butterfly lever to move further back, which is gonna increase the RPM of the engine. So right now, mine, I started up and the RPMs are just screaming, which is causing the clutch to engage and the go-kart to take off. So I was looking a little further into it. I checked everything else, but looking a little further into it, I came back out this morning and I didn't even realize this yesterday, but that tab on my little butterfly lever is completely bent up, which means that when I start it, it's just going full open, which is why it's idling so high and taking off on me. Sometimes I had one other go-kart where somebody did this before, and I think what people think is that when they bend it up, the go-kart is gonna go faster. But really that's not the case because it can only move back this, the throttle can only move back so far until its stopping point. I mean, that's as far as it opens. So anyways, this was the problem on mine. So you can also check on your go-kart to make sure that this tab is bent down. With this tab bent up, the idle screw does absolutely nothing, as you saw from this carburetor that I just showed you here. So I can turn this in and out all day with this tab bent up and it's not going to do anything for me. So because without this tab bent down, the go-kart has no idle control. So that's the problem with this go-kart. I haven't fixed it yet because I'm having a hard time getting a pair of pliers in there. But anyways, I hope this video helps you, and have a good day.